afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I trust everybody's doing well. So first off, welcome everyone to our monthly support call. We do have these calls first Saturday of each month where we get our practitioners to come in and we get to meet them. They share their journeys with us. We try to understand, where they're at, and then they share the tips and tricks, trail of the trade. So answer questions, especially for those breaking into IT, questions around, interviews and things like that. So this is all done first Saturday of the month. We do have a second one, which is a product deep dive. We do that the third Saturday of each month. There we get to know or meet our practitioners. Then they share on a particular product area. So the last one we did have speak about HR development, which Sheyi came and give us a product deep dive on it. So we would get them to come and share, especially as we see within the market a lot of product suites. So we pick up individual products and then we try to do that deep dive into that product area and then try to demystify it. Um, Also, happy new month, everyone. So be rest assured that best wishes. Each one is co-sharing, co-learning. Reach out if you have any questions. We do have our Pan-African community for ServiceNow and other IT practitioners. We have the ServiceNow practitioners where we also have our practitioners come in and then ask questions, and then we all grow together within the space. Just not to take your time. So remember, put your questions in the chat or the Q&A box. We will be able to get to them. We do have some question set or question template that we use to kick us off. We'll go through that, and then if you have questions, don't hesitate to use the features, especially if you resonate with the topic or a suggestion, or if you want to ask questions, you're able to raise your hands too. That way we can get to them and take it you know live. Have our question practitioner answer it all together. We all answer it. Just as an FYI. Today we have one of our practitioners, Kamoru, come in here and then share his journey with us. So once again, we always kick off with the first question, getting to meet our practitioners and give us a high-level summary. The floor is yours, Kamoru. Over to you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Kamoru Salahudeen. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, boss. You are very audible. Go ahead.
Yeah. Um. So I've been in service now space for over 4 years now, and I've been with a company called LFCU, and I am the one that manage their software service now in particular. So I manage it from the beginning to the end. Whenever they have any issues, I'm the only one that they reach out to, and I get it resolved. I
Good
think,
deal.
yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you. Good to have you on board. So just to piggyback, we don't have any questions yet on the chat. But what do you do outside of work to rest and recharge? What do you do outside of work to rest and recharge? Thank you.
Yeah, I think I do so many things because once again in my background I'm a father of five, so I have a lot of responsibilities within my kids. So whenever I want to get recharged, I bring them together so we have good conversations, especially when I want to do some studying. So I brings them together so we can have a study together, and we do funds like going out also, so that we can have a fresh air and look at the things around us.
Awesome stuff. So that's the truth. Uh, you know, we all know they would say it's a cliche right now. It's all work and no play makes Jack a boy, but that's the truth. We all need to remember that, we do have lives outside work. Burnout is real. So whether you like it or not, it will affect your productivity. It will
Right.
affect your life generally. So you need to remember that, uh, you know, your family is key, and they would always help you. They can always tell, when work is, putting a lot of stress or strain around you. Um, talk about talk about that is just very big. Faith also, whether you like it or not, you cannot ignore that part, right? We all have different belief systems, but we're praying to one God. So
Of
make
course.
sure you're, engaging. Make sure um, you're actually, building yourself, because I mean, this life is really nothing. So you need to make sure that you're already building your core, and then the community, engaging with your kids, engaging with nature, going outside, giving you fresh perspective. Sometimes, like I said, fresh set of eyes. You might be stuck at work, and then you think that you want to do it, and then you might not be able to complete that.
Of
But if
course.
you're able to, just go outside of that task, or take you a mental break, go out, maybe exercise, or just go to the backyard, whatever it is. It gives you that 360 view, and you can come back in there and then look at, or maybe you might even go to sleep, take you a power nap, and or cat nap, if you will, and you now get that clarity or that aha moment, and then it gives you perspective to go resolve. So don't forget to do that. It's very important. I love that as a key thing. And then building with your family, building with your kids, especially, it's something that they learn from you. And our parents always give us, they're like our first role model. Before we talk about it, family
Exactly.
unit is really the key. So
Yeah.
great stuff. I love it. Taju said you mentioned the ServiceNow practitioner group. How can one be part of that? Okay, so great question. So the ServiceNow group, if you have if you do have Telegram, the groups are within the Telegram within the Telegram app. So long as you're within that service now, you can reach out. You can, if you do have a WhatsApp, or if you have the Telegram, you can be able to reach out, or you can send me an email. I can put my email in the chat. I will add you to the group also. So that way we can, get you in there. um I'm also on WhatsApp, so you can also reach out to me. I can always, send you the link, get you out there too as well. That way you can get there, because hey, nobody knows it all. We're all
Wow.
co-sharing, co-learning, just trying to make sure that everyone is finally there. That's really key. But great stuff, great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you send me an email. That way I can send you the links. If not, you can add my number on WhatsApp, tag you, and then we can get you included. But that's really great. That's really good. The no other questions yet, but keep the questions coming. That way, as a group we can get them answered, and then we can also have 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 Kamoru give us his perspective before we do that. Um, so go ahead. How do you keep up with technology trends? How do you keep up with technology trends?
Yes, that's a very good question. Technology, we have to, like you said, one of the ways we get information is these platforms that that you have a likely mind. They speak day to day of what you're interested in. For example, service now. We have a lot of groups. We have a lot of areas we can get informations whenever we are in need of things. And about service now itself, we have a lot of areas where we can get their information, get to know what is going on, the trend of what they have, if there's gonna be any update, any, because I think I have a case study for this. So I think it was last week. my VP just chatted me asking about some issues about cybersecurity because there was a glitch recently, and it was asking if we have and ServiceNow to announce it that there was a glitch that we should keep all our instances updated for security purpose. And all those has been done. As I said, I am the only one that manages the service now. So I always go to the community to see what is going on, to know the latest, And when the boss reached out to me, I told him we are okay, we are up to date, nothing is going on. I had to. It was like, oh, he didn't know, he just saw it and he's just, sending it over to me if I just to keep me posted. And I told him I'm on top of the game. I know what is going on, and I was able to share back to him that, as a matter of fact, we've done all the updates needed for our software, and he was really really impressed with that. So that is what I do. I make sure I reach out, know what is going on. You will find me on LinkedIn, just checking all my ServiceNow family to see what I have known or what I have not seen and is going around. So I want to know that so that I can implement that in my company so that everything will be up and going.
Awesome stuff. And that's the truth, right? Um, especially we are all within ServiceNow. But uh, ServiceNow, I remember back in the day, they used to have product release um, where we do the deltas every 6 months, so in the fall and in the spring. But now it's only in the fall, and they merge two product releases which come out in that year for that one. They
Mhm.
also have that certification maintenance where you pay so long as you're within the ecosystem, $200 after after you have stayed with them for 1 year, or if you're working for a partner, $100. But yeah, keeping yourself within the space, like fun fact, me and Kamoru, we met at Knowledge, and then we've kind of like grown that friendship ever since. Here we have mutual connections, so that's the whole idea. Belong to that ServiceNow group, where we meet out at Knowledge. Also, we also belong to the Pan African and the ServiceNow groups too. So you have to be able to do that, and then ServiceNow also is always changing. They have different areas, so you have to look at the different resources, product documentation, now create the customer success for delivering and the upgrade. So fun fact, currently there's that it's not general availability yet. That will be up on September 2nd, but right now early availability EA. So you can go upgrade your PDI.
Mhm.
Take a look in the chat. The release note for Xanadu. I think on the first, yeah, they did provide the tech now, especially as where they did some product demos on some improvements to some of the features or new features coming in. So go, upgrade your PDIs. Remember, there's that PDI, the personal development instance, where it's your own sandbox. It's going to be the same as your company environment. The only difference is your company would have theirs branded. They would have their logo, their colors, teams, and then they subscription based on how many products that they buy or they subscribe to. But yours is there for free for you to go there. Enable some of the plugins. Some of them are inactive by default, or so that you can go break stuff. Go
All right.
go there, test it, see how it works. But it's yours for the taking. If you remember, so each one of us is driving the same outcomes. Only if we go test run it so that we can speak to it. You might not get the opportunity um um to practice if you don't do that PDI and speak to it, and even now get hired to go do it. Then it forces you. So go out of your comfort zone. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't let perfection be the enemy of your good. But great stuff. I'm loving it, Kamara. Great stuff.
Yeah.
But that's it. There's a lot of ways. There's just not just knowledge. There's also word forum. There's meetups. There's
Yeah.
subscription to, like Tech Now, or ServiceNow academies, like
Academies.
academy selection. There's a lot of ways. This is just ServiceNow, not talk of IT. There's a lot of other ones like
Of
PMI.
course.
If you're part
Yeah.
of the project practitioners, so PMI, there's always going to be learnings there. If you're, subscribed to Agile, there's going to be learnings there. There's always going to be changes. So you just need to keep up, and that's just IT, right? Change is constant. Change is always you're going to continue to evolve. So sometimes it will stretch you, especially when you're new. It's a good thing. Don't take it as no, or you're beating yourself so much. That's not a good one, right?
Yeah.
Take it that, right. The more you do it, the more you improve. You're better than your last day. That's the growth mindset.
Yeah.
That way, what you're going to get up or end up getting or doing is you'll be better prepared for when it falls, like the opportunity falls in your lap, right? Like, who knows? Even a lot of them, they are even fashioned out there in as micro sets. Go grab them. Go grab them. Go try them. And then this niche area, somebody will pull you and say, you have this. Can you come do this? Can you go do that? Enough opportunities are out there for us. Just let us try. Let's do our own part, right? Then God will bless the rest. That's just it. Um, great one. So the next question is training and certifications, because no other question in the chat. Training versus certifications. So what is your own take on that one? Would you rather do training, or would you rather do certification?
Okay. It actually depends on what I have before me. So I will try to prolong this a little bit so that I will discuss about the two that we will do the um
Analysis, right?
analysis
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ourselves,
yeah. Good, good.
So I remember, so when we get started, we first get trained to know what we are, you know, moving into, what we are about to get started with, and along the line we get to understand what the product is, how the product is being used, the product is being managed, and after that, we try to get certified on the product. And as time goes on, when we start getting the job, you know, and there, so we realize that, oh, this is continuous education. To, in it, keep on, there's a lot of things now, modules, and just applications and all that. So, and as we are getting, we realize there's no way you know the product, you must get certified with it. You get to know the product, you get certified with it, because once you get certified, that is, those that want to bring you on board will do the verification. Is really you are certified on this product? Do you know this product? Because um the systems that we have, so this is what they look for. They look for your name, look for your experience, and at the same time look for a proof. Do you have a proof that back up what you said you know? So, and for me, I would say both. There is no way you get to know this product, you must get certified with it. As long as you are getting yourself um updated in this space, you must get certified along the, because I have this particular scenario that happens. I mean, it actually happens to my wife because we are both doing service now, and she is a developer consultant, and along the line, she was trying to change her career to some other um, module, and she was looking into HRSD. And along the line, when she started studying HRSD, she was like, "Oh, I need to get certified with this HRSD," but she didn't get certified on time, and she had an interview. When she got that interview, she nailed it. Unfortunately, they requested for certification because it's actually something that doesn't happen most often. So, but unfortunately, they asked for it. And when they asked for it, she told them she was gonna get that certified because she's just trying to get herself comfortable in that area because is a new is a new module and some other thing because she was a consultant and now she was getting to get other things done. Although they let her go, but the manager that had the interview didn't let her go because he said, I'm actually interested in you. But the system want the certifications. So I believe I'm passing the message here. Since some organizations want this certification and you can be fortunate and get to other organization whereby what you know is what they are actually interested in, not what you are bringing, not the people certifications or anything. But once you know this particular product, you know it very well, they are good to go, they are ready with that, they are ready to pick you on. But others really want to know, oh, is it truly you're certified, is it truly you have these people work? I mean, that is my take in that.
Perfect, perfect. That's the whole truth. A bit of both, right? And Kamoru nailed it, right? And that's the explanation, whether you like it or not. Certification is a foot in the door. Certification is validation, right? But the major thing you really need to know is the hands-on, the knowledge of it. That's what training comes in. So back in the day, they didn't need so much of the certification, right?
Right.
But but right now, with the way the ServiceNow tool is going, right? Even with the fact that of the fact of the way the market is, for you to even get interviewed, right? They go out and tell you five CISs or CSA CAD. Before it was just CSA, and it's not even so many practitioners that had it.
That's
But right
correct.
now, if you don't even have it, you can't even get interviewed. So, and then even if you're the best candidate, nobody calls you up.
Nobody at all.
Nobody calls you up. If you I mean, it's one in a million right now, in the sense of that the manager or that a senior director or any of the stakeholders would take a special interest, and then they give you 60 or 90 days for you to get it,
Right.
and that's also going to put pressure on you. But knowing that your job continue to remain on your job depends on it, that will also give you that. So the training is important because that gives you staying power on your job. It gives you the full knowledge of the tool, whether you're doing self-learning or there's a lot of on-demand courses, whether you're going to meet a coach or trainer to do it. There's a lot, whether you're paying ServiceNow to do it with their instructor-led training.
Mhm.
You choose, but the whole thing is, make sure it's hands-on, looking at the product, looking at applications in there, which that's all. And then having you to do enough homework where you're actually configuring, you're changing, you're making changes to that product. If you're not doing that, all theory, no, then you don't really know it, and you struggle in
Um,
the job. It's very important. Then the certification validates that learning, right? Reinforces it. That way you get opportunity to go and converse, right? To go and communicate, to go and engage with those stakeholders or those recruiters or the hiring managers or
yeah,
hiring team, so that you can get you your job and stay in it. Because one thing, I don't expect you to know everything.
of
And that's
course.
the job of a technologist or an analyst. The essence is for you to be able to be resourceful, be able to research, go to the tools, simple, even a Google search, put in query, continue to refine that query, get information you need, and be able to present it. But that's the key there. A mix of the both of them. You're able to get what you really need and move very fast. But great response, Kamaru, so far. No question yet in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
go
want
ahead.
to address the point about not knowing everything. Yes, I
Mhm.
agree with that. You don't need to know everything. Like what I used to tell people, I used to say, make sure you understand the basics. Make sure you understand the basics. The basics will take you everywhere. in the sense that when they are talking about anything about the software, any software this time, if you understand the basics, you will be able to navigate around it. You will be able to tell people about your understanding about that particular product. If you do not understand the basics and you are taking it from the top, you end up having problem. I've seen different friends scenarios that a lot of people doesn't start from the bottom to understand what does this particular product does. Some people does not know what it does, and you want to be talking about how it functions. You need to understand what the product is. If you understand what the product is, then you will get everywhere. You will understand the functionalities of the product. You will understand how the product can navigate around the product, and you will understand the fundamental of the product. I mean, that is what I just want to add to this, because the basic process is the most essential things to know.
Perfect, perfect, good stuff, good stuff. I think if we have time today, we'll take a look at a couple of things. We should be able to, especially as you did talk about it, fundamental to understand the product, and then you can talk of the implementation. The fundamentals really talks of the process end of it, right? Then that way you can now go to look at implementation, which just talks out the high level from the developers or administrators perspective, or or the the technical analyst perspective, if you will. But we should be able to take a deep dive on that. But great one. um Hey, if, like I said, if you don't go out there, if you're not practicing, there's no way nobody's going to even be able to see you talk more, to be able to help you with moving you forward, or pulling you in the pack. Taju dropped a question in the chat before we get to the next question, which I is a piggy off of the rest. He says, what's the difference between App Engine Studio and the studio in the instances? Go ahead, Kamoru. What do you want to go ahead and try? Go ahead. So, can you hear me okay? Hello? Hello? So,
I'm sorry. There was
go ahead.
a
You're
noise.
muted. Okay,
So,
okay, not a problem.
yeah.
So, what's the difference between App Engine Studio and the studio in the instances? Do you have an idea on it, or you want us to go ahead and all take a look?
Yeah, we will go ahead and take a look, but I will App Engine is it allows a developer to build a custom application. That is just
Right.
the basic about App Engine.
All right. Perfect. And that's the truth. The only thing I would change in it is this. Uh, it's not just developers. It allows,
Yeah.
say, builders, anyone, you and I. It just means if you look at the ServiceNow system, right, the out of the box or the built out applications, if you look at them and none of them fits your need, you use the App Engine Studio, you use the Studio, or
Studio.
the guided app creator. These are the three instances where you can build out a custom solution. So you can go in there, you can build out your application and the different experiences that back them up. Experiences like a portal, a catalog item, a table, which is the backbone of your application, and then your business logic, like, UI actions, UI policies, client scripts, workflows, flow designer, access controls, things like that. Those are application artifacts or application features or components, if you will. But yes, you can use the different designing or building environments for you to be able to do that. They all are the same. It just depends on, remember, some of them are built out, experiences in there. Some of them, depending on your subscription, that's where you see them. So just remember, everything costs, or goes for a fee. But great question, Tajuddin. Great question. Love it so far. So both do the same thing. That's for sure. Yes, they do the same thing. They enable us build out applications. So in some cases, maybe I remember back in the day, guided app creator, where if you get to system applications, my company application, you will see that. You can walk through it. That's for managing the app. You could do that. You can also use Studio. You will see App Engine where you can, go ahead, build that. Um, you can also go to, Studio and build that as well. One thing for sure is some of the expenses on guided app or Studio, changes are going to be made more in Studio and App Engine. Basically, the others would have like before the mobile application, you could build that there. But if you want to, do a lot of other, granular changes, you might switch to the App Engine to do them, especially creating things like workspaces, things like that. Yes, that's one thing for sure. Yes. Please explain in detail the basics of fundamental knowledge a BA will need to come into the system. Okay. Oh, okay. Great question. Great question. Uh, Ken is asking about if you can explain the basic fundamental knowledge a business analyst would need to come into the system. So you can take a look at. I'm going to pull these questions. We're going to answer them. We'll use the instance to answer them too as well. Good deal. Good deal. I'm loving it. Good deal.
Um, I don't know how I can get started with BA, but I can say this for what I know. Um, as a business analyst, so the understanding about that is you need to um, be a communicator. So you should understand what the stakeholders really want. And you should also be a someone that can convince a stakeholder in the sense that what they need or what they want may not um, be something that aligned with the product you are working with, and you should be able to give them a solution of what works better in that organization. And as a BA, I'm also trying to know much about BA, to be honest. I don't know much about it, but I know for a fact when I'm gathering when I'm gathering what is it called? Oh god. So skip my brain.
Requirement.
Requirement. Thank you, Deborah. So when I'm gathering a requirement, I always want to show the stakeholders how it works. You know, how does it goes and how this can be used in the platform. So, but the most important thing as a BA is to be a communicator, be able to engage. You should engage with the stakeholders, let them know if what they are looking for will be achieved or not. I mean, I believe Emika will be able to buttress more to the question. Okay, he said he will be right back. Let me see. Did you ever make details? Did you ever make a newbie mistakes when you started out? If yes, what was it and how did you come back from it? Of course, there are a lot of mistakes from the interview perspective. No, let not even interview, from this CV resume perspective. Sometimes you write a resume and you are claiming like 4 years of experience, and your resume didn't talk much about you, does not talk about your experience. I remember when I started, I got a job with no my first interview. I can't remember the company, and but I remember when I was being asked a basic question about the particular software. I could not answer the basic question. And even the answer that was given was just a theoretical answer. Like, what do you understand about UI policy? I was just defining what UI policy is. And they were like, and an interviewer will not tell you if you are right or wrong, even if your answers is correct. But your presentation, it really matters. So I was not, I didn't present well. I was just telling them what I read from the book. I was just giving them the answer, and unfortunately they didn't move on with me. I had to reach out to my mentors, because there is nothing, when you're coming on board as a newbie, you must have a mentor. You must have someone that already had an experience about that particular um software, and you should be able to reach out to them by checking up with them. Okay, this is what I know, this is what is going on. And from there, we had to, rearrange the resume. And I tried to listen, because I had to be visiting my friend's house, seeing them when they're having an interview, listen to their interview processes. And I also try as much as possible to listen to the way they present and the way they give answers to a question. So that it actually changed so many things. And because note, it's not every, even the interviewer does not know what all those questions are. They did not know it. But some of them will come with a script, some of them will come with the problem that the company is having. So they are looking for solutions to it. They want to see if you are the right person that can resolve their issues, their problems. So if you are, good luck. Otherwise, they will look for someone till they get certified. Till they get certified.
Good deal. Perfect. Perfect. I like it. So, and that's the truth about it, right, Ken? Um, each business is looking for a consultant who's going to come and solve their problem, right? Basic understanding is you have to be curious. That's the business analysis. You have to be curious. You have to be able to communicate, right? You're a great communicator. If you don't speak, right, you're not an analyst. Don't go look for analysts. Go look for some other business to do. If you don't talk, right, your business is to ask questions. Your business is to open your mouth. That's a business analyst, right? You should be able to research, right? So that's one thing we say: active and intentional listening. A great listener. You want to be able to reaffirm stuff. You mean to say you want to do XYZ thing? Have you tried ABC? So you would be able to research stuff, right? Be resourceful. There's a lot of tools out there to help you. Google. There's a ton of stuff. Use them. There's a ton of products documentation on other places that you need to be able to research or reference. Do that. You should be able to uh, engage with stakeholders or set up meetings, capture minute notes, that's build out templates. There's a lot of skill sets you already do. We call them power skills, soft skills, people skills. Technologies or automations can't take that out. That's the core job of an analyst. There's a lot of, how should things be done? Why should things be done? Right? When they should be done, helping with prioritization, ranking. But the key is your people skills, right? That's analysis. If you're not going around to 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 help manage the team or provide structure or guidance, no. And analysis is not your job, because you need to talk, empathy, emotional intelligence. Sometimes they might, flaring or competing interests. Know how to douse tensions, do stuff. That's analysis. Making decisions. That's analysis, right? Critical thinking. That's analysis, right? That's analysis. I mean, even just for each one of us being here, that's analysis, right? Making decisions, right? It's as you get new facts, you modify, continue to change and manage change or adapt to change. That's analysis. There's a host of your people skills that helps you do that. So don't think about it. Don't even don't overthink stuff. That's analysis. I mean, if you're waiting for perfection, no, that doesn't work. Then that's no analysis. Your business is to make sure. Your business is to make sure that you're doing the perfect or doing the best job. And the best job is to find out. You're not going to be perfect from day one, no. But you're going to continue to evolve because now you're applying that knowledge as you grow. Because that's the thing, that growth mindset we talked of. Yes, exploring for stuff. That's analysis. You're going to continue to explore stuff, experience stuff, engage with stuff. That's analysis. You know, embrace stuff. That's analysis. There's a lot of adjectives and ways to describe what analysts do. Never and do not hesitate. You know, reach out to your network. That's analysis, right? You can't have all the answers. Engage with the customer success or community team. Ask your questions. Look at questions they have. Answer them. Yeah, share your skill sets. Do what you need to do. No one says you should be perfect, but strive for continue to improve. Okay, then. Yeah, that's analysis. But there's a lot of skill sets that help you as a business analyst. Don't think that it's one particular skill set or one size fit all. No, different people, different methods. As you learn tricks of the trade or tools, you continue to refine it, and then you get to it. But great stuff. I'm loving it. Um, um, Ken, I believe that should answer most of your questions. We'll take a look at some of the tools before we go. Deborah asks, did you ever make a newbie mistake when you started out? If yes, what was it, and how did you come back from it and redeem yourself? Good stuff. I don't know if you have answered that question, Kamoru. Have you done that that way
I
before?
have
But that's
actually. Only if you want to buttress the point, yes.
okay. Good then. But the point is this: hey, each one's going to make a mistake, right? But the point is this: take ownership of the mistake. Once you get the information that you made that mistake, own it and see how to resolve it, or get the help you need. That's what I mean. Get the help you need. Let nobody say your life depends on it. It's not a life and death thing. I mean, like in service now, there's always a rollback, especially if you have to do an upgrade. There's always something to get back to the previous version, even on any particular field. You just need to go take a look at the bottom of that particular item. You would see it says the previous version because it updates that. Then you can revert back to that. So undo. That's what even if you notice, even in ServiceNow apps or even in UI builder or whatever, or most of the interface builders, there's that undo. Yeah, because that's the key. Remember, we used to have even in Excel undo the last command, even Control Zebra, it undoes the last command on your phone, or Command Zebra,
Yeah.
Command Z. Yeah, it will do that. Undo. So don't let nothing make the mistake. Yes, you didn't know. You don't know the end. But what matters is now you've learned. Imagine you clicked on it. It gave you a different result. Now you've learned that that's not what you wanted, right? You have a particular expectation. You can work on getting to that. So now you can know what to do next in that type of scenario if that one happens. Maybe, but the thing is, don't be afraid to go engage with it. No, don't do that. Go there. There's always going to be a way to go around it, or
Yeah.
to undo the error, because errors will happen. Don't let it make you not try. That's the thing, or not do stuff. No, no. but
Yeah.
but great one.
I have a story that I will share with that also because when you
Go
start
ahead.
to remember the story. So
Okay.
there was this particular job that I got then. That was when I started actually. And I was supposed to move configurations from one environment to the other. So unfortunately, I just got to the job. I did not know how they are doing things and all that. So all the configurations that I was to move, I wasn't the one that configured it. So it was configured by other people. But unfortunately, it was actually my manager that made a mistake, and he configured so many things on his update set. So I don't know if you all understand update set and configuration moving. So I believe we'll discuss that later. But
Yeah,
just for the purpose
we'll
of
do that
this
before we go.
question, so and when I moved it, all our analysts, those customer service analysts, they had to started chatting me. Hey, what did you do? Did you do anything? All my system, my record, everything has been cleared off. What did you do? Did you do anything? And I just got the job. So I was like, what's going on? What did I do? I had to call my partner. Hey, I think I've done something. I've messed something up here. What have I done here? So she had to come look at everything. The first thing she told me was, let's back it up, back everything up.
Hmm.
That is just the first solutions. Back it up, back it. I had to back everything up, and I didn't touch it for like a week. They were like, you need to move. I said, I'm not gonna move anything. You guys need to move this thing yourself so that we know who had made mistake. But I had to finish that job by what? By taking my time. I took my time to move all those update sets, and before moving it, I had to be checking it. What configurations did they make wrong, or what are the mistakes they made? So since then, I had to change the way we move update sets in my company. I had to change it even to my present job. I had to change. I had to tell them, hey, when we are moving any update set, let it be every Friday later in the day. We need to move everything. If there's any problem, there's not going to be anyone, raising issue, calling back on you or something. So that has been working for me.
Yeah, perfect stuff. Perfect stuff. Off hours or off peak, if you will. Just like if you remember, back in the day, the way it is, it's always good to. I remember, we're going to take a little bit now to, take a look at it. I just wanted us to, get through a couple of questions, but let us, before we go, take a look at what has been talked about. The update set is a container to capture changes or modifications, which you can move within instances. We're going to take a look at it right away, so that way everyone is in the clear. And then, okay, sure. Well, you have a question which we'll take a look, and then we'll talk about some if you interview things, and then modification of CV and things like that. But good, you have your hand raised. Well, go ahead, ask your question. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much, Kamoru, for the insight so far. It's actually my question is actually directed to Kamoru. I just want to
Okay.
ask him how his experiences with what has his experiences been with scripting when he was starting as a new developer. I just want to hear his experience with scripting when he's
Sounds good.
starting new
Go
as a
ahead.
That,
developer.
that's a
Uh,
good question, Bella. So about scripting, I when I started, I didn't know anything about scripting. To be honest, in fact, as a matter of fact, I can write script even to this moment. But the most important thing that I make sure I know is to understand to read it. I know how to read script. I know how to modify it. I may not start it, but I know how to do modifications because that is one of the most important thing. And if you all remember, I said you should all understand the basics. So when you understand the basics, you will understand the table and the field of what you are writing. And the script is all about that. And of course, that is another thing that I'm working on. Working on to know the script itself so that I'll be able to take full responsibility when I'm writing scripts myself. I hope I
thank you.
answered the question. Yeah.
You did it. You did. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. Um, so before we go to the remainder of our questions, let's go take a look really quickly and talk about a couple of things. Um, really fast. Yeah, the Xanadu release, it came out on the first, basically early availability. So go ahead and do upgrade your instance there, so that way you can experience those new products that they have. This is the personal development instance. So long as you have your now learning environment, this is the same. All you just need to do is to go to this page to be able to get it. So don't hesitate to do that. Um, Now learning, and then you would always be able to, even in the product document, you would see the opportunity to be able to go to the documentation and then learn more about that product. This is additional actions. You can go to the developer site. You can go to learning site. You can go to servicenow.com. You can go to pretty much every area or every aspect. You can explore the products in here using these the products, and run your filter either based on particular application you're looking for or what version or release you're working with. You can always use this search, just similar to the portal search or header search, or if you will. There's a lot of resources here. There is the reference to this, the product documentation we talked about. There's also reference here to APIs, which is those different scripts you're looking for, right? Client side, server side, different ones. Glide Ajax, Glide API, Glide Flow, Glide Aggregate. They're all listed here with sample code. Not like, so you don't necessarily have to be a master scripter, but
Yeah.
understand the basics so that you can troubleshoot it. It's all in the concepts. It's all in the methods. It's all in the framework. It's all in the mindset, right? You should understand the syntax of this code. If you cannot, you cannot troubleshoot, because you need to. Even a simple copying the particular error code, put it in Google. If you don't understand it, if you don't put it in Google, it will reference you to the place. That's why I said the resourcefulness. You need to be able to research stuff. I don't expect you to. This is a variable, you're declaring it, and then it's a glide record. This is, you're calling the particular table. You need to understand the syntax, and it does tell you here. So, but this is, the looking at the different API application programming interface, the different ones. They have a lot of them, but take a look. You're able to do them here. You're looking at modifying the user information. It's all there. Glide user, glide record, glide user, glide aggregate is there. If you're trying to do maths manipulations, they are here. They're listed. If you're trying to do glide aggregate, it's here. There are different ones here. Different APIs. Don't hesitate. So for scripting one, ServiceNow has in the Now Learning where you could go there, but come to learn. Under the learning plans, there are 2 plans that help you out there, because ServiceNow is using basics JavaScript, basic JavaScript. They also have CSS there, especially for portal pages. There's also the components one there, yes, but basic JavaScript. There's also what's it called there? There's also the not just the CSS. There's also UI pages. Yeah, but basic JavaScript. Once you understand that, you should be fine. You should be fine. Understand the core backbone of any application is its table. Understand that. Then you talk of the components that application has. But come in here, look at under system administrator, the plans. The difference here now is there's no validation. You're doing the work on your PDI, your personal instance. That's what you use this one for. Come in here to the ServiceNow, the admin one. Take a look. There's a model there on scripting, understanding it, schedule script execution, which talks of schedule jobs. It's a business logic. It's a business rule. You're setting a condition for when a particular script of your choosing should run, whether it's a template you're trying to pull, flow, or whatever. Go take a look there. There's securing applications using the application role or access controls, building flows or workflows. It's there. Then go take a look. Server-side script. It tells you the most used and abused. There are glide records, glide system, glide date and time. Script includes business rule, client script, UI policies. Yeah, those are the ones being used, but they are plain old JavaScript. They are plain old JavaScripts. Go take a look at them. Just as an FYI, go take a look at them, okay? And that will help you. There's also the introduction to scripting one. Each one has its model, which there's also the client side actions. This is here. If you're wanting to learn about the portal, this is here too. So just as an FYI, go there, take a look. Glide user, glide, go take a look. It will walk you through client scripts, UI policies, glide user, it shows you, but you use your PDI to do it. It also teaches you how to connect to, GitHub or Git repo. Right? That's working with a repository. If you're multiple developers working on the same, artifacts or same application, yeah, modifying different aspects of it, you can connect to either a GitHub or GitLab or different other app repository components to be able to do that. Go take a look, right? The different script types, how you can modify them. All right. This one, the only thing is you're checking it out on your instance. Do it a couple of times, it gets you there. It gets you there. You can go to Now Learning too if you feel that that's the one you want. That same one you see there under the administrator, you see it also under the developer model too as well. The different components in it, server-side scripting. Here the difference is you're included with the REST API, which is for integrations, right? Where you do outbound, inbound, they are all here. The REST, scripted REST and stuff, right? But all of that is here. Go take a look and do them. You can go and look for scripting if you want to pay for a fee. Then you can go to the learning, which is on Now Learning to do it. Certifications on Now Learning. That's there, right? You can go to certifications if you feel you want to you want to pay some money. There's learning ones where you can go learn go learn on your own for I believe 500, I believe, or so. But if not, if you don't have that that funding, because it's fundamental of the baseline that you will be provided, go take a look. Go do it on your own on your PDI. Go take a look. It's very important. Go do it. All right, go do it. So scripting, if you do scripting, type it, search for scripting. If you search it, to give you the list of scripting courses if you want to play. If not, there are some others that are there. Introduction to scripting, this basic knowledge of scripting one. If not, you can take a look on the scripting course or whatever. This one should be free. This one, 25 minutes one. But there are others there, right? That some of them, they don't. They would take you. So mine is this one is free, but some others might cost money. They can be listed. You filter based on the criteria. You set up what you want to do, and then you should have it. Like this REST API one, intermediate scripting fundamentals. Okay, this one definitely for sure. That one would definitely. There's always going to be a fundamentals course. Like this one is 3 days, so this one is service now. This is the on-demand one, but definitely this one will cost money. I know it might show free for me, but this will cost money. There's also there's other ones like app dev fundamentals on demand. There will be on-demand courses in some of them. Like this $500. There will be on-demand courses, and then there will be implementation of that particular course. What do I mean? So let's look at, for example, ITSM. So let's go take a look at ITSM as a product area. There will be the one for implementation, right? But first there will be a fundamentals ones first. So you want to do the fundamentals as a baseline. To understand it is for beginners. So you understand the concepts or the process first. So like this one is fundamentals on demand. Go take a look at it first. So it's always important to do the fundamentals course first. Then you can now go on to do the intermediate one, which is the on demand for the implementation. You want to go take a look and do that one first, do that one next. So something like the implementer on demand. You want to go take a look at it and do it. So there will be a course there, and this is in most applications, not just ServiceNow. You understand the baseline or the fundamentals of the application. Go take a look at that one. Then you can now move forward to do the implementation end of it. You want to do the implementation end of it, which is this is the implementation end of it. So the fundamentals is there. It's 500. Implementation is also there. It's 500, right? If you feel you have the funds, but understand it, because if you're as a business analyst, you want to do the fundamentals because that's really the core area of what you should really know, right? The processes, what they do, so that especially when your customers too can bring you requests or requirements, and it's actually user error. They don't know. But if you don't know too, you're just going to take it like a secretary, just pick up information and just like garbage in, garbage out. You just type it out and go send it in. But that's not it. You need to go validate. You're repeating the questions, you're validating your checking systems. Yeah, that's what you do. That's your key job there, right? Fundamentals will be there. Then the implementation, understanding the concepts, right? What the tasks are or the story is there, so that you can go start to build or what needs to be done or what needs to be created or changed or modified, because it will take you. And here the beauty is it provides you with an instance so that if you are getting it right, it will actually be giving you the check mark that you're getting it right. If you're not getting it right, it will tell you you missed this, or it will give you some partial score depending on which, and then it provides you how you can go ahead to do it too. Just as an FYI. Also, on there in that there is a guide reference here to the guide. There's platform guide. So if you're looking for best practice information, you can come in here to technical best practice. So you're looking for scripting best practice, you're looking for whether it's client script best practice, coding best practice, you're looking for client rule, business rule, debugging, all the best practice, they are here to help you succeed. They are all here. Use them. Something that has provided you a ton of stuff to get you ahead. To get you ahead. Just as an FYI, for the resume question, before we go back into our, regular scheduled, programming, for the resume question, there's a lot of templates that are out there, but the simple fact for your, for your resume, is your resume should actually follow a template, right? There's a lot of them. First one is your name. Your name, you can go with your name as is. What do I mean? You're going to put your first name, last name. I see people put middle initial. That's fine too. So you can do that. But at the end of it, I want you to, if you have an advanced degree, for example, you can go ahead, put that there. Something like, you have your MBA or you have your PhD or whatever. Put that there, even a bachelor's. Go put it there, BSc. It's added to your name block. Then you can put some other reinforcers, things like certifications. So PMP, CSM, CIS, ITSM, CAD, CSA. Put those there, specify those there. You have a lot of certifications, let them know. All of these are, remember, they are keywords. And most of these application tracking systems, that's all they're checking for, keywords. Just like they're going to check for design, build, created, configured, customized, user interface. They are set to make sure they track that. If they're looking for all those certifications in that thing, if you don't have any of those, you're already reducing your points, right? To be able to get there. The next thing that should follow should be your contact details. Contact details is nothing but email and phone number only. Some people go put, your city, state as zip. I mean, if the company doesn't look for that as a specific, you don't need to. After all, there's the remote option or hybrid option. So the reason why we need you to always have interviews. The more interviews you have, the stronger you get, the more opportunity you have at landing your new job or that job that will actually satisfy you. So if they don't have a need for a location where your location is a plus to you, don't put it. So actually, I don't even put it or advise to put it at all. But just remember that, because we need you to be interviewed. If you're interviewed and you're the best candidates, they are able to pay you even a sign-on or relocation bonus to get you to whatever location they need. So except they are looking out for that and filtering you from the get-go, you don't need to filter yourself out. So remember that. Then following that is your education and certification. Education and certification is nothing but your education. You can put the year you graduated, the university you went to. Yes, that's allowed. But are you going to come and go to your certifications and start to put the age, the year you got them? No. Why? Because if they're looking for old timers and your certification was just gotten yesterday, there's no way they'll call you a newbie. And we don't need you to be taken as that. You have gotten the certification, which is what the requirement says. When you got it, it's not their business, right? What you got is not going to come here and come and make them you do less off or have you put in a box. No, we don't need any of that. You're there to go shine. It's your moment. So they shouldn't come and use those technicalities to throw you away. So it's very important that you understand that part. Then the next is going to be a high-level summary, something like you start to brag about yourself. I'm a technologist, or I'm an analyst, or I'm a developer with XYZ amount of years. I'm knowledgeable in different technologies, ServiceNow, SAP, Salesforce, whatever. List them there. Before that too, you can put your technology stack. So things like all your skills, whether it's your people skills and then your technology skills. I'm knowledgeable in SAP, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Jira, Figma. There's so many. Um, Jira, JavaScript, the business rule, client script, CSS. Uh, List them. Then you list your people skills: communication, collaboration, teamwork, critical thinking. List them there. Power skills, very important. It's part of your skill set. Don't fail to do that. Then after that, you can go ahead and put your your job in chronological order from your most recent. And then your resume should have a lot of those as many bullet points, especially if you're not starting out, depending on how many years you've been working post your undergraduate years. You're not going to discount it because you just went to training and do IT yesterday. No. How many years? Each company has an IT department. You're just going to update your job title. That's all you're going to do. And then you're going to look for specific job requirements or job roles based on whatever technology and based on whatever role you're looking for, and sprinkle it in. That's all you're going to do, because wherever you've been working, they have an IT department. Put it there. Just update your role. That's all you're going to do, right? That's all you're going to do. And if you do that, be able to have done your training so that you can speak to it. Because if you don't, you're just shooting yourself in the leg. You can get all the interviews and don't secure a deal because you cannot talk intelligently, or you cannot even back what you have in there. These things are not rocket science, but you need to do the groundwork and be ready, so that just like a scout, you're ready to hit the grounds blazing and secure the interview, and not just secure the interview, shine at it, or do your best, do your best job. That's really it. That's on the resume one. Each company, just change your role: IT analyst, IT developer, business analyst, technical. Each one is analyst first and foremost. We just have technical and other process or functional side. The whole essence is to be in a common and shared understanding with our customer, our alignment with our customer. That's really it. But everyone is an analyst first. Understanding is the key. Understanding what your role is and be confident in it and speak to it. That's that. Simple Google search there for any particular tool. Let's say I was looking for ServiceNow. There's question and answers there. Go take a look at it. Go prepare. I choose Man Magic, but there are others. They're Simply Learn. There's a ton of them. They give it to you there. Go there and prepare for the interviews, and not just prepare for them. Make sure you're doing their simulator tasks. Go and be doing them, because you need to practice. Many of them are looking for people that have hands-on. They don't want to just come and somebody just theorizing the thing. You need to be able to go in there and then talk, and then show walking. Like, go there and practice with your PDI. If you're doing all these tasks from even the learning plans, it should be well good. It should be well good. So the questions, the answers are there. Go and try them, check them out. Also, most of these things that are here, some of the things, go and check it in your PDI. Go check it to validate it. If you feel you have knowledge of these products in itself, there are simulators on them. Most of them, they have simulators on their own, which that simulator is a lot of time for implementers. It will guide you in the sense of an implementer, what an implementer should do. Like this one, for example, it's going to test, what an implementer does. So it provides you with the knowledge for you to go and check it and make sure that you are able to complete those tasks. Complete those tasks there. If you can't do those tasks, get at least 80%, then you're wasting your own time, because not necessarily you're wasting your time. It just means that you still need to do more. So let's not say you're wasting your time, because that you're able to even do the task in the first place or understand it. It means that yes, you have the knowledge of the tool. So it's very important. So go there, you request the lab, and then start to work on these tasks. All these requirements, these are requirements. Configure assignment rules. These are requirements. Create users. These are requirements there. What to do. These are requirements. These are going to be detailed in user stories for you to go ahead and follow these tasks, to go take a look at them and create them or do them. These are all user stories. They just come there as tasks to do. They're all user stories. These are all user stories. These are all user stories. So just as an FYI, go there, practice. If you cannot do these tasks, then you cannot speak to them in interviews. That's just a given. That's just a given. for not just service now, for any tool. Let's say I was looking for Salesforce analyst. The questions are there. They are here. Whether it's administrator, whether it's developer, it's all here now. So make sure you can look at those tags there, compare them with a sandbox. You need to have a sandbox so that you can test the things out, test them out. It's very important for you. All right. It's important for you to do. Don't hesitate. Right. Don't hesitate to do it. Any tool, Salesforce, you're looking for quality analyst. Go take a look. It's here. You're looking for a Scrum Master. Let's say, for example, Scrum Master. Scrum Master is here, right? Scrum Masters, they give you, they're here. Please, you just need to do the work. It's important. Like I said, looking for a job isn't a job in itself. Looking for a job, it's a job in itself. If you're applying for a job meticulously, maybe Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday, you have like 30 jobs. Each of these days, you should be fine. Even if why do I say you're fine? You get as much calls that one of them should secure the bag. One of them should give you this job. But if you're doing it passively, maybe 10 a day, I mean, some of them might not call back to you. So you want to increase your odds, right? If you're a gaming guy, you want to increase your odds. As many as you're turning in, you're close to 100 or about that. Your phone should be blown up. They should be calling you back out. Just as an FYI. But that's the only way. That's the only way. Most of what you need to succeed on, whether for interviews, whether for the job, they're in your fingertips. Do the work. Remember, do the needful. Please. Here there are questions based on any role. For freshers, people new to the market, for developers, they are here. Technical rounds, they are here. About 25 for each of these groups or segments. If you're looking for interview technical, so be clear and confident. Like I said, if you've practiced all of these things, you should be confident enough. Nobody's going to give you the job on your lap. If you have done your work, they will reward you with giving you the job. That's just being open and honest, right? So some of them will give you use cases or scenarios or examples. If you have not practiced with those simulator tasks or things, there's no way you can do it, or there's no way you can prove, because if they give you some scenarios, especially things you don't know before, you wouldn't know what to do. That's just it. So don't let none of them fool you. What you need to succeed is there. Just prepare. Look at the job description. Go take a look at the documentation of whatever tool it is. You would see what the requirement says or what it needs. Already your resume has been cut so that they've seen it. They now need you to now prove to them why they should hire you. Like, now this person, this is somebody I want to consider for this thing. Except you throw the task or throw it, or you people don't get to a an agreement of, maybe they are talking of remote or in person and things like that, or on pricing for how much your cost is and things like that. If not, they already like what they see or hear. So that's why your resume is already getting the hits and stuff. So just as an FYI. But there's update sets that I wanted to talk about before. I don't know if I do have my sandbox in that. If you're in your instance, there's a model called that, which actually takes care for capturing those changes to the different environments. You can move that, and it does in each application or each particular ask. You would see the version of it. So just once this opens, I would show you. I don't need that for now. So here, this is this. If you type system updates, you would see the updates set one. Update source, you can connect to two instances to themselves using this one. So more like an integration. So one will serve as like this will be your remote. This you connect it to another. This will be the target where the information is coming from. The other will be the connection to it. So you just need to create the information here. One will serve as your dev, the other will be a test, things like that. So you can do production. You connect them, put the URL, put a username and password. Maybe you create a what do you call it, a user account, and then set it up. Put that, make sure it's an integration user. Whatever username and password you put, that combination, it's a simple. It's a simple authentication. well, basic authentication, if you will. You can do that. You just put, more like a pseudonym that you use, but this is the URL. You open that box, put it in there, so you can connect to it. Here is for you to retrieve the update set. So if you're retrieving the update set, it's as simple as clicking on that particular model. You click on to import the update set. You select the update set, especially the update set would already be have been in a closed state, would be in download. You would have downloaded the XML, which is extensible markup language for that particular application. Just means the application or the changes you've made to it, and then all of that is being captured in there. You're going to locate that from your system, whatever it is, things like that. It will be in this XML formatting. This is for a particular project, if you will, but just as an FYI, it will be brought in. You select it, and then you're going to click on that, and then it will capture it, and then it will bring it in, and then that's all it will do. You will be able to upload it. You'll be able to upload it. So the beauty about using this on any list, if you're bringing in an XML, importing XML, it does do the same thing, like what we did, right? But if you do that on any list, the system will use a sysid to check that record and put it in the right table. So like now, that one that we just did was a project one. It will put it in the project table rather than here under this retrieved update set one. Just remember that on any one, right? It's going to use that. So for example, if I was looking for that particular one, I can go to its own table. So I can go to project. I believe I do have the project, right? Right. I think I have projects. If you don't have these applications that we're talking about, go to your list. Go to your list in there under system applications. You can import them. You just need to import them. You just need to import them. So this is the list here. So I can search for it based on the S in the name. It should have an S in it. That's the one. It will be brought in there. So it will be placed at the right spot, regardless of. That's the beauty about the system. All right. So it's all in here. It will be placed there. It will be placed there on the right spot. Normally, you assign a project manager, you would, make changes to the project schedule. The project schedule, you need to change it to whatever schedule is being used. It can be done, definitely run a lot of times 8 to 5. You can put the project manager, maybe IT project, whatever, your project manager is. You could do Paul. I believe Paul is the project manager, but you could, you could put program manager, depending, or you could put product owner, whatever it is. All right, to manage it. That's all it is. And they will be saved, and then maybe adjustment. It will have maybe a hybrid project phase. You can do it. It's not just product. So all of that, the whole information will be there. So just remember that point. But that is the key there. Nobody's expecting anything so much from you. If you have loaded it just like this one, it will come in a loaded state. All you're going to do is to preview it. If there's an issue with it, it will show you an error like this. You can always close it. Whatever error it is, if you come to the bottom, it will show you the problem. Like this one, there's an error. I can look at it. Found a local update that is newer than this one. So it means that I have captured a change in this same catalog item, and then I've deployed it in another one. So I can compare it with local. Like in this kind of case, I would ignore. So I would look at it here. I can skip this one. It shows me. I can compare it with local. If I want to compare, it will pull the two records and then show me the changes there. It will show me, so I can see what the changes are. It will show me whatever it is. If there was anything there that, it will show me. Then I can see it. Whatever is there, it will tell me, so that way I know. I can go, okay, you found a newer version of it. Okay, I can ignore this one. This one, it will tell me I'll skip it. So this one I can skip. If I want to accept the remote one and accept this one, that means this is one in that local place, I'll accept it. That's it. and then I apply the changes and then I do it again. But the other changes that they are here, which it will pull in. So normally I preview it, I'll skip this one, and then I'll go ahead and commit it, make the changes there. It will run through it. It will run through. It doesn't take so much time. It tells me inserted 16 items, about 15 were just updates to existing one because I have done it before maybe, and then whatever deletion or collisions it will tell me. If for some reason, right, I don't want this one again, all I need to do in that same vein that we had that local, that update set, you would see local update set, because now you have deployed this. It will be here. All I need to do is to be in a complete state. I just need to open it back up and then back it out, right? Back it out. It just means I don't want those changes again. I'll remove it so that it goes back. Let's say I had so many things there, but it's good to keep it to a manageable number within your update set. So now it will be, if I go back to retrieve, it will be there. It will be backed out. It will be there. So whatever changes, whatever things, it will be here, the items. So the beauty about this is, just so that you know, is if you make a mistake, mistakes happen. Try to keep the limit to whatever changes you're doing to under 100 items you're changing, so that you can come and review. You need to. That's your job there. You're supposed to come and look at the items that are changed. Let's say this one, for example. Come here, click on this eye, open it up. Let's say this one, you take a look at it. This is the information that's going to be captured in that payload, that XML information. You can always show the record, whatever changes were made on there. If you wanted to change it, you can see versioning, so that you can see the record, and not just the record. You can go and, like, this is part of a variable set. It's in this catalog item. I can click on there and go to exactly the thing. It's here. I can go to the exact ones there. That's how you go. Nobody should tell you otherwise. The information is there, open and available for you. You can see the versions. So whatever thing you made changes to, you see the versions. So if you want to go back to an older version, it's there. It allows you. You can look at it under history. You can. So you can look at it under history. It will show you that record. Whatever has been changed or whatever needs to be changed, it will show you. It will tell you. Some of them, it enables you, depending on the one, for you to put it in a list view of the changes. Yes. You can go back to that previous version, whatever version it was. Just as an FYI, let them not fool you. Okay? Let them not fool you. Want to look at the catalog item itself? Yeah, sure. It's part of that catalog item. Open it. Open it up. Just as an FYI. But this is it. You could see, this is it. This is it. So do you have questions? Do you have concerns before we get to the last questions, so that we can go? But most of the information you need to succeed, they're provided to you. They're provided. Go use them. Go enable them. Go utilize them to your advantage. That's just all it is. That's just all it is. I don't see any how, or it's a good practice to back up one's work. Yeah, for sure. Tajudeen, that's a very sure one to do. Back up your work in your GitHub, so that, especially during upgrades, to avoid any changes. Back up your work. It's very important. Even so that you don't lose out. Most of your work too as well. It's very important. So if you back them up, let's say you lose your instance, when you request a new one, you just deploy all the work. So pull that, and then go ahead and apply all those changes that you had back in whatever applications or custom applications you have. That way it works too. Well, great one. I don't see any other questions here that we have. So we can go ahead and get Kamoru to complete our other questions. But put your questions in the chat. That way we can go ahead and answer them. Generalist versus specializing. Kamoru, good stuff. Generalist versus specializing. What's your take on there?
Sorry, what was the question again?
Oh, sure. Would you rather be a generalist or would you rather be a specialist?
Hmm. That's a very good question, and at the same time, a tough one. I would say a specialist.
Okay.
Yes, I would say a specialist. And so, I mean, by saying a specialist does not mean I won't be able to touch base on any other aspect, but it's better you are specialized in one than be a knowledge of all.
Good deal. So I always say this, that it all depends on your unique scenario or use case, but you need to have a mix of both. It's just like the question before, right? Whether you want to be training versus certification, you need a mix of both.
Right.
Why is this important? And I'll tell you why. Um, but great response, Kamoru.
Yeah,
That's just the
yeah.
truth.
I mean,
Um, there is no right or wrong answer there in any scenario. There's no right or wrong answer.
that's
But
correct.
why is this important? So here is it. Depending on where you are in your career, when you start out, you want to be a generalist. It's a lot of times as beginning consultants, there's that need for that. Why is that? Because you want to always have a job. If you're working for like a consulting firm, you have 90 days, which is 3 months or 6 months to be on projects. You will jump on projects, and the projects might not be the same kinds of projects. If they are good and fine, then you become a specialist in that area, right? Because you're
Yeah.
knowledgeable in just that one. But however, some of them might be ITSM, some might be HR, some might be customer service, some might be SecOps, some might be. Now you are knowledgeable in these areas, but you're not a guru, right? But the key is this: you know a bit of it, you know how it works, you know how to troubleshoot it. You have knowledge, you can discuss, you can engage, you can because you have even deployed those solutions. You're not necessarily yet a master, but you're a generalist there. You know how to figure it out,
Navigate around
deploy
it.
it,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's the key. So it's very important in your early days to do that. But as you grow along, there might be areas you want to, I don't want to be looking at so much here and stuff like that. Then now you start to specialize or narrow it in. That, okay, I want to be a specialist. I want to be a barber here. And that one doesn't mean you're throwing away your old skill set. So that's why I look at that term, generalizing specialist, which means you're manageable in several domains, right? Because now you're trying to select a few and be master there. So that's where that thing comes in. And then, I always say it's there. It's just like a hogwash or mix of, a boat, right? Joseph Joseph Kotler always talks about it, which is true. But that's the whole essence. It means, okay, like in my own case, I have ITSM, I have HR, I have customer service, and then I have new and emerging areas. So something like PPM or project portfolio management. So AGL, ATF, the portfolio programs, like you talk about areas like predictive intelligence, AI, machine learning, Gen AI, now assist, all of that kind of stuff. Chat, the virtual agent, but that healthy mix. I know them and know them so well, so that I can deliver on them. But that's the key there. I don't expect you to know everything, but I expect you to, the ones you know at that point, you want to know them well that you can deliver even in your sleep, because now you're much more seasoned, right? You're not really new.
Yeah.
But at first, you want to know quite a bit so that you can really, really keep, you don't stay in the bench for long, because all of these companies too, they don't want to just pay you because you're waiting for one particular task or one particular set of work. So you want to always have a job so you can be paying bills now and moving, gaining experience to gaining ground. That's the key, credibility. So, but that's a good one. Um, Taju has a question there also. He says in an interview, how do I respond when asked about a technical skill I do not know or have very little knowledge about?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Oftentimes I usually talk about this. that whenever you've been asked a technical question of what you don't know, always bring them back to your comfort zone. Tell them about what you know. Tell them about how you can get it done, because they are asking you questions about what they know too. But whenever you are responding to their questions, there's gonna be a question around what you know eventually. But do not ever give them no as an answer. Always give them answer to what you know. That's my take on that.
Awesome stuff. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like Kamoru said, drive at what you know. But here's what I always say. Don't hesitate to say no.
Okay.
Why do I say that? See,
Yes,
this is what
please.
it is. You're being truthful. So I don't. This is what I know about it, right? I don't, you can't be a master in everything. So it's good, like you talked about. Don't say no. But here's the thing. This is your belief to what it should be, right? Now you're using your broad knowledge. You can't know everything, but based on how it's like when we're growing up, spelling words.
Yeah.
So it's good to say I don't have a concrete answer to this, but I'm willing to go research it. This is my understanding for what it is. It shows credibility too, right? It shows credibility. So just remember that. And then the major thing is that growth mindset, or you're a fast learner. So that this is what you think it is, and this is where I think I'm able to go to and then get to it really fast and get up to speed. That I can get back to you on this so that we can, I can broaden my knowledge and share it with you. They need you to have that growth mindset opportunity. You can't know everything. Remember that. You shouldn't. It's a lot of headache already in the IT thing. All right. It's a real headache. But great conversation so far.
Yeah.
What parting advice that we have, because no other questions and we are far past the time. Wants to thank everyone for hanging in with us. Great experience so far. There's a lot of learning here. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answers in this thing. What we're doing is trying to move the needle and move ourselves forward. Remember, one thing is for certain. Engage, ask questions, get the help you need. There's a lot of practitioners that are out there to help you in the ServiceNow system. We have that Pan-African forum as well as the ServiceNow forum, so you can join them at any time. Just reach out, send me an email. I can always send you a message with the links, or add me in your LinkedIn, or add me in WhatsApp. I would share those community details with you. You just need to have the Telegram application. So close us out, Kamoru. Any words of advice you have, so that way. I know Ken was asking, for newbies, what you need. Taju was asking, about your technical skills, especially areas you don't know. What's your take? What advice, especially considering where you are in your journey, and what we can share, tricks of the trades, or tools from your toolbox that we can incorporate in ours. That's all.
Yes, it is. Let's continue grooming ourselves. And whenever you see a knowledge about a particular thing, do not hesitate to go for it. And that makes me take back the question of to be a specialist in one, or to have knowledge in all. Yes, I agree with you, especially in IT space. Well, and that is one thing. When you are doing something and you see that, okay, probably in ITSM, you did not get a job in it, and you see another thing that is going on CSM, HRSD, HR, and all that. So you just have to get to get to know about it and remodify your resumes and go there. Sky is all the limit. So that is that is my word of advice.
Good one. That's the key here, right? We talked about it from the beginning. Growth mindset. don't don't I mean, you see this area, you've been looking at jobs going that way. Yeah, go learn it. A lot of application areas or tools will provide you with short courses on it. Go and practice. Like I share most of these regularly, whether it's for jobs, whether it's new courses on Now Learning. Go to that Now Learning. You can see the filters on the left, new and improved, or new and included stuff. Go learn them. Like now we're looking at Now Intelligence or Gen AI. Go there. Once you're signed into that Now Learning, you will see there the popular and new. Go take a look at those courses in that list. Go look at them. Some of them are recommended based on your profile. Go take a look, just like in there. But don't hesitate to continue to learn or evolve and grow, because the truth is this: what you need to succeed is always in front of you. It's just, are you able to do the dirty work of researching or getting yourself prepared? So let them not tell you otherwise. Continue to grow, continue to evolve. The information we all have is going to get us to that finish line. We just need to remember that we are all continuing to grow and evolve to get there. Nobody has all the answers, but we are able to continue to have all the questions, continue to ask questions, right? Engage, try to find out why. The more knowledge you know, you incorporate it. It's just like a child, right? When we were born, right now to where we are today, it's all different. We are better. And is this our best version? No, we're continuing to do better to evolve in it. But don't hesitate. If you ask your questions, you get your answers. Reach out to me. There's a lot of folks, practitioners. Kamaru's details will share. Join him or connect with him on LinkedIn or send him an email. Look for him on LinkedIn. We'll share that details so that you can you get all the help you need. Don't hesitate. We'll share out the video. The video should be out in a couple of minutes. Feel free. We would be making that available. Download them with the link and the password, so that way you can be be able to replay this and learn a thing or two. Go take a look, especially those resources that we shared in those uh, slides, if you will, or the portal pages. And that's really it. Once again, thank you everyone for sharing your Saturday with us. We are blessed to have you all. We should be able to connect the same time next month, but in a few weeks we should be able to talk about the product deep dive for this month of August. Thank you, Kamaru. We are grateful for your coming in to share your experience with us. Have a blessed one. Bye bye.
Thank you.